Competition breeds drive, and in the case of auto racing, an unrelentless pursuit to perform at the top of the pack. A combination of man and machine, requiring both parts to perform in a constant state of harmony, often on the edge. Less than ideal weather conditions and another set of restrictions placed on the Camaros provided a major challenge during the previous race at Watkins Glen International. The team began clawing its way towards the top of the pack, but a caution for the final 30 minutes of the race ended their run short. The team heads into the 5th race of the season with a fierce drive to prove that they belong and can compete at the level they know they're capable of. Out of all of the races this season, no other one holds as much meaning as Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, a track that the team considers home and the only stop north of the border throughout the race season.
I think what makes Motorsport really special is its history. They've been racing everything up to Formula One cars, you know, when the track was first built.
It's just old school. Today, everything is built safer. Motorsport is one of the few tracks that still presents sort of that old school, fast, ballsy type circuit, you know, where there is no room for error.
Motorsport's always a special place for me. I had my first lessons on this track, my first racing on this track, my first race series on this track. To come back here in the Continental Tire Sports Car Challenge, it's just all around special. I can tell you our paddock is really excited to be racing here.
It's hometown. Family will be coming. Obviously our sponsors will be coming. Golf will be here. There's going to be people rooting for us where, unfortunately, all around in North America, people can't travel to. Knowing that you're going to be supported, you know, people are going to be coming to see us and saying good job no matter how we finish. Being at our home track, I mean, Andrew, you know, our engineering staff, they know exactly how to set the car up. So we should be right where we need to be from practice 1 this afternoon and go out on the track and just be able to fine tune it and get the car just the way we want with the setup that we want, a lot faster than other teams because we know the nuances from being here in the past.
Once again, the Mantella Autosport team and the guys on the 80 car literally had the car set up very well. We were chasing some setup yesterday, and today it just really worked out well.
Practice was going fairly well. All in all, we were not far off, and I felt like our outright pace was going to be pretty close. Anthony, you know, was just lapping as normal, picking up speed, focusing on getting the most out of the car, and he went for the brake in turn 3 and caught a little bit of the pedal.
That little bit that I touched the brake probably didn't do anything at all. And by the time I got back to the brake pedal, it was too late and I was into the grass. You know, it got towed back to the paddock and it was all mostly cosmetic. Joe and Mark went back to the shop and picked up all our slightly damaged stuff that was painted so that we'd have a good showing for the golf people that were coming, you know, our sponsors, and got the car back together for qualifying.
You know what? It just all fell into place. I had my marks down pat. I had the patience that I had spoken of in the mid corner. I was able to go qualify my fastest lap time by far here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and I did it in 1 lap. So I came in, parked the car, and was able to save the tires for tomorrow's race.
It's a tricky thing setting up a car late in the day, you know, when you've been running it earlier in the day. The asphalt temperature can change, tire temperatures can change. I felt that the car wasn't as precise on the track. But nevertheless, I qualified right behind Martin and really anticipated making some great moves to get further up the field in the race.
After qualifying, the team sits with the cars in the 8th and 9th spot and know that they have their work cut out for them to regain positions in the race.
Being that this is really an American series and here we are in Bowmanville, our only Canadian stop, I think all in there's likely over 100 people as our guests of the race team and family and friends over the course of the weekend.
You know, it's exciting, it's fun to have them around. At the same time, it does bring in a different element of pressure. You know, you want to impress your friends and family and you want to do well. You need to remember just to take a little bit of time for yourself before the race, just to relax, get in the zone, and that's important on a weekend like this.
I'm really anxious to get a good finish. We've been there forever. You know, we've been right there, we've been fastest lap, we've been fastest car. We just can't, for whatever reason, cannot put it together.
Go get him! Yeah, you bet.
We need a little bit of luck. We need to just keep working hard, you know, keep digging. I think that a great result's there. I mean, it's been close all year long, and, you know, these things don't come easy.
The start of this race was really nice and clean. We got a good run into P1. I thought I had a great start, and then Anthony come up inside me on 1, rolled past me going into 2, and by the bottom of 2, he'd finished his pass, was in front of me, and just had a really good pace for the race. You know, Anthony was chasing BMW in front of him, and I had a Nissan behind me. The Nissan actually had more legs up the back straight. Working in partnership with my teammate in front of me, it really worked out well that we were able to keep him at bay and keep our lap times where they needed to be.
Ultimately, when the Nissan that was behind Martin kind of fell off, kind of lost some pace, I kind of let up, touched the brake a little bit to let Martin know that he could pass, you know, easily and safely. Tucked in right behind him and used his draft to come up through the straightaway again and ultimately get away from the Nissan. To work with somebody that you know is predictable, that's not going to take you out, that's going to work with you and not do anything unpredictable, it's a real pleasure to work with somebody like that.
I got in the car just after the 45-minute mark. We were sitting in position 10 at the time. We had to make a green flag stop, which puts a little extra pressure on us during the pit stop. You know, it worked in our favor. We were out of sync compared to the front-running cars at the time. Fortunately, shortly thereafter, we got another yellow, and that worked to our advantage. That closed the gap again. Now we had a car with fresher tires, and we were right in the mix of things.
You know, my job, just get out, do the best I can with the car that I've got, and I had a great car today, and I felt like I could just race it, lean on it, and just try to get the most out of it.
Mark and Kyle ran together for a long time in 1-2, and you know, just trying to play the strategy out.
We made our final stop with a little over 50 minutes to go. So we did lose track position because of that. We fell back from leading the race back to 7th place. Having said that, we thought we were in a good position. You know, we thought that there's no way these guys are going to go to the end on fuel and they're going to have to take a quick splash and then we'd be leading the race again.
My goal was to push them. I knew they'd be close on fuel, and I think they were about a lap away from being out of fuel. So as far as that goes, you know, we were really, really close to a great result. We still had a good result, and I think, you know, it's good for the spirit of the team.
We ended up finishing 5th and 6th. Yeah, it ended up to be a great day for Chevrolet.
the emotions have been up and down this year. I think in life you experience the same sort of challenge that we sometimes do on the racetrack. You know, you just gotta do everything that you're supposed to. You know, just go one race at a time. I think the high and the confidence that I have is just knowing that we're capable.
To come back to the trailer and see all our fans waiting for us, smiles all the way around between crew and fans, it's really encouraging to know that that many people are behind us.
Canadian Tire Motorsports Park is done over. We're happy with our positions. We're going to take this positive spirit, this positive attitude, put it towards our efforts for Lime Rock, and we'll be ready to go.
After a hard-fought weekend that brought highs and lows, the team moves ahead on a high note to the next race at Lime Rock in hopes of furthering their success.